continue now with those reactions. Political analyst and economist Daniel Silk joins me on Skype as well to discuss what came out of that address. Daniel Silk, one of the things we've been trying to get out of the ANC as well as other analysts is why has now the vaccine been moved to the second quarter of this year, given that we're seeing the second surge? Surely there should be some level of urgency by government and the ruling party and other important stakeholders to ensure that it gets here as quickly as possible to the country's most vulnerable.
Yes, thank you for having me. Yes, I'm extremely concerned that we've detected this delay in the semantics from President Ramaphosa tonight, although within the speech he did intimate that government would go beyond the COVAX program and potentially look at some direct procurement. Now, I think that there may be issues with COVAX, but certainly going for more direct procurement from the manufacturers themselves would perhaps expedite the delivery of the vaccine. The point that I make about tonight's speech is that the vaccine is critical to build a social compact in South Africa. If we are going to go back to these fairly blunt regulations in some instances, the complete closure of beaches, for example, across the length and breadth of this country, we require some sort of incentive, some sort of social compact that the president has spoken about before. And the best social compact that the president can really provide is to offer advice and a proper timeline on how a vaccine would be distributed and procured in South Africa, and that simply was missing tonight.
Right, and something else that was missing was the fact that he didn't, as you alluded to there, he didn't offer some relief measures that will be extended or instituted to help the restaurant industry, for example, or individuals who are going to be hard hit by losing their jobs on these critical industries, just to keep them going until the regulations are lifted once again.
Yes, I mean, the next 10 days, 2 weeks is perhaps the only time that many of these businesses could have assisted their own bank balances by getting some custom in. They've now been further decimated. They were earlier this year. We haven't seen any, again, announcement of any kind of financial aid package from the president. You would have thought that in a major address like this, a critical component would have been a financial aid package. And it simply seemed to have been left out of the speech. It's up to, I suppose, Minister Mboweni to once again scramble to find sufficient funds. And perhaps we'll see over the course of the next few days some sort of announcement from government. But I do think it should have been part of the overall communication along with the vaccine issue.
Right. Now, 15 days doesn't sound like a lot, Daniel Silk, but just give us some context in terms of the economy. It's probably something that could cripple us even further, isn't it?
Well, I think 15 days is a lot for the specific industries that are going to be affected, namely the restaurant, leisure, liquor trade in particular, and broader business-related consumer goods sector as well, which will be affected by potential curfews and other regulations that we still haven't quite seen fleshed out by Mrs. Zuma, no doubt, over the next few days or so. So I think that we are going to see substantial negative effect on our economy over the next few weeks. The country hasn't got back, of course, to the manufacturing side of its economy because we're in the Christmas New Year break. That will only kick in mid-January or so anyway. So if we are lucky, we may escape the worst effects on the economy simply because much of the economy is shut down due to the holiday period. But it's specific industries already on their knees that are going to find it very, very tough to recover from this.
Daniel Silk there giving us insights on the implications for the economy now that we are in the adjusted level 3 lockdown, Shahan.
Yeah.